Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Don't Be a Dick podcast. Myself and Big Worm, every Sunday night around 6-ish, we're going to bring you reality. This week's episode is called Accountability. It's been a different week around here in the world itself, so let's get right to it. We're going to thank our sponsors, Platts Landscaping, Rivera Promotions, Shern's Boxing, Remodel Works, and Emily's Interiors. Check them out on my website, shamrocksports508.com. All those ads, they're all people that help out locally. That's what we do here. We're trying to, bring the positive spotlight and with good people involved. So go get to it. We're going to do it as well. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of, we're going to call it D-Bad. Don't be a dick. My man here, Big Worm, you guys know him by now. Worm, I've gotten so many shout outs in public because of you. I'm not even lying. At all the South games, people come up and be like, hey, man, who's that dude? Like, who? Because, my crowd doesn't really know you. They don't really even know me before this. So I was, man, he's funny shit. So listen, welcome.
That's amazing. I guess I'm gonna steal your word, that's phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Honestly, every week.
You just come on Sunday nights and literally bullshit, and that's my favorite part. And realistically, it is the message is as much for us as it is for you. Don't be a dick.
I've been struggling with it lately. I've been struggling with it because every week we do all flirt. There's points where you can be a dick at any point in life. I think it's just called stress, and how you react to it. It's been one of those weeks, man. And we're here tonight to talk mainly about accountability in across the board, because that to me has really been where we need the most work as a human race. I think
I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, accountability right there. That is phenomenal. Now, we have a mason jar full of coffee, which right out the bat, it's rare. But what is that anything special? Is that your Folgers, or is that?
No, that's oak and bond.
With a little bit of Bailey's.
I don't know. It's some crazy shit. I saw it on Man Shit Monday. They got some of it. I was like, I got to try it. It's a whole bean. We do some grinding. Sometimes I do the manual grind, but that shit sucks. The electric grind is way better. I dig it. It's coffee beans aged in a bourbon barrel. I don't know. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It ain't cheap. But
I get it. It's a little bit of a boost. Now, what are you looking at in that cup right there for caffeine? Like milligrams wise, I don't know.
It's coffee.
I'll tell you what. I only ask because I'm an energy drink guy.
And it was like this much coffee, and I mean, I didn't use cream. I used Bailey's, which is way better, but when it comes down to drinking coffee, like from what I understand, as long as you're not drinking 2-3 cups a day and you drink it black, supposedly it's okay. When it comes down to same thing as coffee, I'll even go as far as salads. A lot of people think they're out there eating healthy salads and they're putting all kinds of salad dressings and crazy shit on it. And that's actually where the calories come in. I feel like coffee's the same thing. If you drink coffee black, I'm new to black coffee. When I say new, I'm like a week and a half old to black coffee, but I also only drink coffee on the weekends at the moment.
Now that's interesting because people drink coffee to go to work usually, and you drink coffee to wind down on the weekends.
Yeah.
Hey, it doesn't even need to make sense here. That's the best part of our whole show, man. Now listen,
we do things a little different.
There's nothing wrong with that. We can be, we got our own thing, our own stamp. But the initial is
I like to change things up. I was a coffee a day, but I didn't even start drinking coffee until like my mid-30s. So I did coffee a day, but I don't know. I'm drinking tea or water in the morning on the weekdays.
Gross.
We're gonna try and take off some of this tons of fun over here. I'm gonna get my beach bod, but I'm working on getting to dad bod. Like we're
I'm on board with that, man. I'm on board with that. And really, I mean, caffeine obviously helps with all that too. I think so. My thing is, there's an energy drink cult out there, right?
What's the name of that?
It's Bang.
Is that swirly poop?
This is it's swirly. Look at it. Swirly poop, swirly pop, but that's 300 milligrams of caffeine in your day.
Whoa.
Yeah, right off the bat. So, but now, the Red Bull people, that's usually 160 or whatever. I think coffee has like 90 grams in one cup. So probably you got to be right around there with a cup that size. But I mean, it's not that I ever need it to stop my day. It keeps my day going, I think. But this new flavor right here, people take it serious. There's people that only drink Monster. There's people that only drink Bangs. There's people that only drink Red Bull. It's really, in our world, it's detailed. You know what I mean? But
I feel like we're talking about a little bit of health stuff, things like that. And I gotta, do you get an annual checkup?
Yeah. You got to.
All right.
You absolutely have to.
Do you?
I do. Now, listen, see, people say, now I feel like we're straying onto the heart conversation, which is phenomenal. People always say that energy drinks are bad for you, but when I direct, they're bad for you in the sense of caffeine. I mean, people say there's also like different chemicals or whatever, but I think basically what's bad for you with energy drinks is the amount of caffeine that you get, which can be directly, linked to coffee too. Coffee is kind of the same thing, but
100%.
now it's, I'm sure they've thinned out, whatever. People used to drink ginseng or whatever it is. But I don't know. I'm fine, knock on wood now. I used to have issues when I was younger, but as I get older and, drop the weight, monitor things, sugar is the beast. Now,
So,
if
I brought
sugar,
up the yearly, the doctor checkup thing because I mean, I'll tell you this. I recently went and had a physical done, and it's the first I've had since basically high school. If you know me, I'm not the big doctor person, stuff like that. I had some stuff going on, so I'm like, you know what? We got to get a doctor. We got to get this stuff figured out. So they set me up for my physical. Now, I'll tell you this. I had a huge discussion with myself that was difficult on saying whether or not do you get a dude doctor or do you get a woman doctor? Where are you at?
right off the bat, it doesn't matter. It matters on how good they are.
Fair. I don't know. I was like, all right, I feel like a woman's going to be easier to talk to. She's going to give me better advice. A dude's going to be like, go fuck yourself and fix it. Because that's basically what I would say to somebody. You're fucking up, fix it. So
you want that. You do want that. But that comes in female form too, though. It does.
Right.
Because I'll tell you.
I want them to say it nice and make me feel good.
It's not ever going to happen. And if someone does tell you nice, don't trust them. Get rid of that doctor immediately. Because none of them are nice when they're talking about reality.
I went for my checkups and things like that, getting blood work done, the whole nine, some shit's going on. But so I'm going to my physical, right? I wake up that day and I am sweating bullets because I am like, this chick's gonna put a finger in my bum.
Wait, no. That's 50, right? I don't know.
So I get there, we go, you're going through the motions, you're getting ready, the whole nine. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, she comes in the room and she's like, all right, so you're here for your physical. She's like, I gotta let you know a few things. And I'm sitting there like, this is the moment. This is the moment where she tells me get ready. And she fires out. She goes, all right, so I know the finger in the bum thing. And she didn't say it quite like this. She's like, we don't do that anymore. And, I believe she said the rectal examination was the the PC version. And as soon as she said it, like, I'm sweating because I'm like, all right, so she's bringing it up first thing.
This is it. This is it.
I was like, please, no.
Like, sorry, you came in for an earache. What are you worried about?
She said they don't do those anymore. So I was like, ma'am, I need to let you know, like, right now, you just made my day. I was freaking out. Like, this is nope. Everybody has those jokes about, like, all right, the doctor says, like, all right, just put your pants over there next to mine. What?
Yeah, wait, hold on. Wait. Doctor,
No.
what? Doctor. Yep. Nope. I get it, man. We're getting old. You know, they're coming. Those things are coming. That's for sure.
Yeah, she told me 50 is when you're supposed to get they recommend actually now is 45 to get the colonoscopy, which I don't know.
I got 2 years to think about it, I guess. So we'll see.
Yep. So some crazy shit. Take care of yourself as you get older.
Yeah, you gotta. You know, we're already past that stage. I mean, there's still damage to do. I get it, but if you can keep it level, balance, right? So
what are some fun things that happened this week? I think Monday we have some crazy shit happen.
A bunch of shit has happened this week. I'll tell you. You know, it's hard to sort out. We'll touch on the sports aspect of it. We've been talking a lot about Brady and Tampa Bay, and Bruce Arians retired this week out of nowhere. I believe that was it was earlier in the week.
Is he going to the front office? Is that a thing?
He is going to the front office. I guess the whole topic is, did Brady make him retire? Did he retire because, you know, it all kind of worked out. They reported that Antonio Brown was somehow going to be back with Tampa Bay. Then Brady unretired. Then Arians retired. And then
if Troy Brown really comes back, I'll believe it. Because real
Antonio
talk.
Antonio Brown. But like I put on our poster, the best meme of the week was Arians' head on Antonio Brown's body. Phenomenal. Like, because I think he left because of Brady. I'm pretty sure. I mean, not only that, but I think he really didn't even. Arians is probably the type of dude that's like, fuck this.
If Brown comes back, I'll be shocked.
Yep.
That'll shock me. That like, I mean, somewhere around the lines of Will Smith.
Oh, and they're right to the next topic, which is awesome, phenomenal. So, dude, you know what? It's been a crazy emotional roller coaster with that, because the minute I saw it, I posted too. I posted immediately, good for Will Smith. You know why? Because you look at that, and there's so many people that you want to just grab like that do that type of shit, like in public, they talk shit, and they think just because it's a joke. But it's not the case. I've been completely 180'd on it. Like
there's a time and a place. I'll tell you this. In the beginning, I didn't think it was real, and then it was like, wait, no, all right. So I'm gonna back off from that. I'll tell you right off the rip. When it went down, I was like, this is a publicity stunt. This is gonna be an ad for some shit. It's gonna turn into. They're gonna come out with a movie that they're both in or some shit. That's what I was waiting for. Like, right. But that didn't happen. So I don't know. It's wild. And to the memes this week have been great. I want to thank everybody that's been spending their time making some memes.
So now that's a great point. Now, modern days, today, that's where we are as a society, right? And I'm guilty. Because the minute I saw that, within 5 seconds of my brain functioning, processing what happened, all I could think about was, I can't wait for the memes.
Yes.
That's how I look at things now.
So I'm in the same boat as probably everybody. You know what? There'd be the minority of you that knew the Oscars were happening that are watching this right now.
I did not know. 100%.
I had no idea. I seen shit and it was like, oh my God, did you see what Will Smith did? And I was like, where? And they're like, on the Oscars. I'm like, oh, that shit was on? Cool. Now, like, I'm hunting down, like, what are they talking about? And it was like, oh, he slapped somebody. And I was like, Will Smith slapped him? What? Okay. Like, and now I'm like, why? And then, like, G.I. Jane 2. Okay. Now we're getting into an even weirder spot because it's like, all right, well, did he laugh at the joke? Did he not laugh at the joke? Did it get weird from there? I understand the, like, protect your lady part, but you weren't in the street being threatened. You walked up on a whole stage of, like, what are you doing? You had a whole walk to think that through, right?
Dude, all that's going through my head right now is memes. I'm trying to remember, like, because they show the angle, right? I think we both saw the angle of her laughing, and then her looking at him, and then him, doing his thing. Like, she was laughing right after the fact.
I'll go internet, and I'll go a step further and say, you know what? They may have shown them laughing, and it could have been a different joke. And I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't have the live real-time reaction. But at the end of the day, you got up and had a whole, like, get up the stairs, get on top, and make it to him and commit. Like, all right, I'm gonna slap somebody. That's a lot. Like,
but now if you're mad though, if you're that mad, why are you not knocking him out?
Well, the other side is this: is if you're that mad, like you get within like 3 feet, tackle him, and we ground and pound, right?
I think, yeah. Or unless you knock him out, or if you one and done is king.
I mean, that was a big swing, and then at the end of it, it was like the Chris Rock, like, get hit. The next day, he didn't have like a mark and all this other stuff. So these are where, like, I'm sure there's someone watching that still thinks this was staged, and you know what? Like, I love to hear from that side too. Well, and then there's the, like, Will Smith was right, Will Smith was wrong. We got like 6, 7 sides to this. I'm at, like, holy shit.
I don't see now. Chris Rock is on tour right now.
He's gonna kill it. I believe his ticket prices might have just went up.
Absolutely, but that would be a motive for the publicity stunt. But he didn't talk about it in the first show. He didn't. He just kind of wiped it off. And Will Smith,
he brought it up. He didn't have to talk about it. You just got to bring it up, and then it's a gold mine. It's like, well, which show is he going to have this conversation at? And people are going to pay and line up, and maybe it's at the last one. He could straight gold dig this, which is great.
Now, the argument to that is, I think Chris Rock would have sold out anyway, even without the publicity stunt. You know what I mean?
You can pay more. You can get more people dying to see him. Now, I guess my question is, and this is, I'm going to ask you, and I want other people's opinion, because this is great. Like, was Chris Rock a dick for saying what he said? We'll start there.
I mean, overall, yes, but I don't think it was laid out on the table like, hey, you have a disease.
I would love to hope that he wouldn't be like, hey, you have a disease and I'm about to make fun of it.
Yeah,
I think that was a joke and it went wrong. And we live in a world where, like, PC shit is real and you're not allowed to make a joke.
Right.
I do have kind of a weird, when did the Oscars turn into roast people?
Jeremy, thank you, because I wanted to post that exact line. It's not a roast. It shouldn't be a roast. And actually, if the Oscars is as prestigious as they say, it shouldn't be a joke fest in the beginning. It should be about art and
I don't blame you for making jokes, because it seems like I've looked back a little bit now at this point in time, and it seems like it's progressed in that direction.
Yes.
But when did that happen? Because if you're trying to take anything away, like, take the roast away.
Now,
they're great.
Who was the Oscar host before? Was it Ricky Gervais? And I only know this because of tabloids. I don't follow the show. I've never watched the Oscars or plan to ever. I've only watched, like, the aftermath. But I know that Ricky Gervais, there was kind of some controversy with him.
I'm gonna watch next year.
Yeah, I'm in. It worked. Keep it. Yeah, I already got it on my calendar. That is funny. That is funny. But it does. It works. But you're right. That is the main point of what you said. It shouldn't be a roast. It's a prestigious award. You watch a show, no one's ever heard of the movies that are even nominated. I don't know. I mean, it's art. But if you want to keep it art, not a roast, it shouldn't be a roast. You're 100% correct.
He said, she said. We could play the like Chris Rock shouldn't have said that.
I,
Well, the comic and was what he said that bad, and it depends on how you took it from there. I got nothing on all that.
the point of seeing Will Smith do that, I was team Will Smith. And by the end of the week, I legitimately feel bad for Chris Rock, like guilty for feeling the way I did at the beginning when I first saw it. Because I've been there. I've been in a fight, and you get in that mode afterwards.
I do feel bad for Will Smith right now too, though. He just threw his whole world upside down because he was like, I'm standing up for my lady right now. And the people that are coming out with all the stuff they're coming out with, like, all right, so out of everything that's going down, that's the one that you slapping somebody? Like, okay.
What was he thinking on the way down? Like, he had to feel like a WWE wrestler walking down that carpet to him. Like, did he hear Stone Cold's music? Did he hear The Rock's music? It was like, woo, here we go. I mean, when I see it happening, that's all I can see. And, unfortunately, it's what people like to see. You know what I mean? And as bad as it was, no publicity is bad publicity. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. What is sad is it takes
next year. Their viewership will definitely go up next year.
No doubt.
Because people like me will be like, all right, so what kind of shit's gonna happen this year? And it's like the WWE moment. And I don't know. I don't know. And I guess like people may look ahead of time, who's gonna be the host? Like who we breaking out that's gonna say some weird shit?
Now we look at the movie that he was nominated for. Now that's the other part. How did he stay there? How did they let him stay there? Like, do what you do, but everybody gave him a standing ovation after, and then they were clapping for him. And
pretty sure they came out and said they failed on not asking him to leave as an organization. Again, tell me in the comments. I'm no pro. I'm not reporting the news. I'm talking shit with you guys, and I saw it on the internet. So that means it's true, right?
Perfect.
That's not real. So no. I saw some shit on the internet that said that, so I don't know, but we'll see.
P. Diddy squashed it without it even being squashed was the problem. He piping up again, all up in the videos, all getting up and didn't do a thing. Said he was going to squash it, whatever. But another thing I saw today is Chris Rock supposedly has like 10 brothers or some shit like that. And they're all mad. Like, they're all like, you can't just slap Chris Rock without any repercussions.
Well, I thought everybody hates that was the thing. Everybody hates Chris. Like, that was like a whole TV show.
Yeah. So many memes, dude. That's all. Look at that. My brain is trained for memes. That, like, the minute you said that, a million of them this week. Oh, phenomenal.
Like I said, it's been a solid week, and I know people are getting sick of it. I don't know if I'm sick of it yet. I'm not. I like the memes are great.
It'll live forever. I mean, but it's just amazing that it happened. Period. The best part, like the best memes this week were the ones that showed the people that were going to be presented next year. Mike Tyson presenting the award. It ain't gonna happen. Like, he ain't slapping him. Just so funny. Just there's so many angles of the whole thing, you know. Who was the dick? Who was the dick? Was Chris Rock the dick, or was Will Smith the dick? Comments, please.
In present climate, where it's turned into a roast, I can't blame Chris Rock for coming out and saying the things he did. Now, this is where my curveballs come in. If he knew about her hair loss thing and used it as a joke, I think that's being a dick. If he's just making a joke, like she comes out with short hair and like makes that joke, I don't know. I mean, I've heard comedians say like way worse about like.
And another great point. Have you seen the Pete Davidson roast?
Nope.
The Pete Davidson roast is about as raw as you're gonna get without someone like strangling you for telling a joke. Like they're insane, which I think actually is over the line. And I'll be real with it. The Pete Davidson roast, they were making jokes about his father who died in 9/11 on a podium with a whole crowd of people laughing, bro. And I don't get it. Like I don't get that, but I don't know. To me, in my mind, it's too far. But you now have a theater full of people laughing their ass off at it.
It's shitty, and I'm going to say this, but if you subject yourself to a roast, I don't think anything's off the table.
Agreed. 100% agreed.
Someone's going to take the line that you think you're ready for, and you're not.
Yeah.
And you set yourself up for a roast, and I truly believe if you set yourself up for a roast, like this is where skeletons come out of the closet. Run for president. They're going to find every single skeleton you have in the closet is coming out. Set up for a roast. Like, hey guys, I understand you guys are comedians and you do this for a living. Make fun of me. I don't know. I don't think anything's off the table. It might be in poor taste. Right. It might be horrible, but I don't think we live in such a PC world. I don't think we should stifle our comedians. I think there is a time and place for certain things, especially if you're taking angles, but holy shit, if we ruin comedy, what's left?
Right. No, you're right. You're right about that too. And nobody, who's to judge or who's to draw the line and what is offensive or what's not. That's just not my cup of tea. I know, like, I guess I'm more shocked by the amount of people that are like, but you don't know people's situations or what they've been through or what they're numb to. So
I don't think Will's at a great place in his life with his marriage and everything else. Like I hope they work through it, or I hope they end it. I don't know which one, because I'm not there. I don't know them. I have no idea about the relationship. If they can fix some shit and work through it, that's great. If they don't, like, end it, that's great. I don't know them. I like some of their stuff. They're entertainers, things like that. Great. But figure out your shit. Don't display it. I mean, I guess display it on, that's a lie. Display it on public television. And sometimes, like, we're going to be like, hey, that's being a dick.
They're already out there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They're already out there. So, and they're living by no publicity there's no such thing as bad publicity, But
I think this is going to go bad for Will Smith. And I hate to say that. A lot of his followers are followers because he's like the chill, cool dude that don't do that.
How about Chris Rock's reaction?
He took that like a champ.
Unreal. Unbelievable. And this is like, if there's a lesson to be learned of the whole thing, when that happens to you, you have the ability to step back and still win the fight. Like, just by being cool, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to always be a hothead, which I need to learn, but still.
As far as who won the altercation, Chris Rock, hands down.
Yeah.
And he did not rebuttal. He was about to say some, from what I understand, some pretty raunchy shit. And he was like, oh, yeah, no. And if you watch the video, the moment he was about to say that, because he was like, no.
Yeah.
And he refrained from escalating the situation further. I think he handled that like a gentleman.
That's how you do it.
That was some don't be a dick,
Yeah.
I don't know, because like I said, like Will Smith, and I feel like he's in a horrible spot, and I don't know, because I don't know the guy. I don't think that was the right time to act out.
He made a mistake. Yes. We've all done it, and it is what it is.
His mistake may cost him movie deals. It may cost him a lot of shit in his actual bubble, and that part's shitty. Like, so you're in a whole new stage of the game where, like, you do something like that, and
that's why I say too that it wasn't staged, because he was up there promoting that movie for the Venus Sisters and King Richard. I don't think that's breaking trust with the people that are going to get you for movies in future. You're accepting an Oscar. They all must know, you know what I mean, before they go in, so that they're there. But saying, he kind of made them look bad. you know, but it made me go out and try to watch the movie this week too. So there's no
Did you
such thing
watch
as bad publicity.
Did you watch the movie?
No, I actually got through two other movies before. It's the next one on the list.
right.
Man, I watched the movie on. They did a documentary on the GameStop Wall Street movement of a couple years ago. Or
Which
was it
movie?
is either last year when everybody got together on Reddit and bought GameStop for a couple days and
I'm in this today. So which movie?
I'm trying to think of. I gotta think of what it was
Is it
called.
on Netflix?
Yeah, it's a Netflix special. And the first one I watched was one that came out yesterday called Trust No One. And it was
Yes.
about the Bitcoin, the guy who created like a Bitcoin wallet, and
Well, he
the
created his
story
own.
about it was incredible.
He robbed a bunch of people. He created his own. It wasn't Bitcoin. It was a cryptocurrency, the cryptocurrency king or something like that. I don't know.
Yes, and I don't want to ruin the end of it for the people, but it's amazing what actually happened because people thought he stashed the money, but I don't want to ruin
The
it.
AMC one and the GameStop one. I'll tell you this. I like to own some stocks. I don't have tons, and I have a couple stocks in each of those right now. I don't know. I'm still in a bunch of the Reddit. I got a buddy that got me hip to reading a bunch of the Reddit stuff. And granted, like, it's a bunch of people and the hype train's real and a bunch of people saying a bunch of things. But
What's the name of the site from that movie? It was Wall Street something. Wall Street, like
bets.
yeah,
was the
Wall
Reddit.
Street bets. Yeah.
So there's a couple different ones, and I read that Reddit group. It's actually one of the amazing things in that Reddit is a lot of people put out like their losses and like their huge losses, and
That's
they
what
put
they
them
said in
out.
the movie.
It's real. They put them
Yeah.
out there likely to win, and I'm like, I don't understand that at all. And like, if I lost that much money, it would hurt my heart. And like, and some of the money that they lose, I got nowhere. Like, that's not even in my life. I don't, and like,
Did
what?
you watch the Quadriga thing unfold? That's what the whole movie is about. Quadriga. Jerry, it's like Jerry Collette, something I think the guy's name is. But basically, it was 150 million that was unaccounted for. They thought he faked his death, and then there was just a big storyline. They thought it was his wife at the time was in it. It's a very interesting movie. It says 2022 on Netflix, so it's got to be recent.
Yes.
But it was real. Things can happen, and they, digging deep into the guy, he was scamming from the minute he got on the internet, but planning for this whole thing. But he actually
Yes.
did die. So I hate to ruin that part of it, but there's way more to the movie.
Okay.
But check it out, and they were saying one part of the movie was. They said that the best part about Wall Street Bets is that the people were telling about their losses, showing their
Yes.
tremendous losses, and it was a place to go where people would be like, it's okay, you kind of like, a healing sense. And overall, they
If
figured
that's
it
what
out.
they use for, that's great. I watch these things, and sometimes I sweat when I see what some of these people are losing. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
I don't know. I trade some stuff. If mine goes in the wrong direction for like not a lot of money, I'm like, oh shit, like we fucking up. I made a bad choice, and like then you got to roll with it. But I don't know.
The way they explain through that movie is worth watching by itself, because the idea of a short sale or short selling is what really the key is, that they explain in that movie of why, why GameStop people battled the hedge funds, because people bet on the losses, and they bank on the loss so that they can sell when it gets higher, make money in that, time frame, or,
I have to ask my buddy if he wants to join one of these sessions to actually get into that description further,
yeah.
because like the actual
It's American history. That movie is American history at this point, because GameStop blew it up.
It's still happening right now.
Yeah.
at the end of the day. Like it's not something that happened. It's not a couple weeks ago. It's literally happening right now in front of
Yep.
our eyes,
Yep.
and it's crazy. The people that have made so much money off this has been unbelievable. It's great, but there's shifts of wealth. Like when we watched,
Right.
stock market's been crazy. This is I'm not anybody you should listen to in any kind. Like if I said buy something,
That's how they all start their interviews on it too. Like, listen, I've been wrong before. You shouldn't listen.
I'll be wrong again. Like like it's like picking out relationships. You know
Yep.
what? Like I have a good one. Like this one might not be either. Like,
Don't follow me for advice. Don't.
but I'm all in. So
Yeah.
Ah,
Love it. Love it. Yeah, this is a group of people that lost money. And there was one dude especially on there. The poor guy, man. He's like, I saw all my friends making money, and in the beginning on Bitcoin, the original boom. That's where they started, the original boom of Bitcoin. And what happened after, and this guy just made his own wallet and basically didn't use the money. So didn't keep the money there, used it himself,
I think
but
black and white.
huh?
We're black and white tonight, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I said it and a little bit of color came back, but it's gotten like the lights are on in here, I swear. But as it gets darker, like the camera's getting black, like more black and white, more black and white. A minute ago, I was like, I think we're there.
You're basically in the forest. I mean, this is that backdrop. We could save that backdrop from this screenshot right there. You could be there forever. What are we smoking on this week?
All right, this is a Macanato. I'm fucking Macanudo. I'm fucking ruining that. I'm sorry. Rolling Stogies. All right, so my buddy said cool to fire out there. You look up the fan page, Rolling Stogies, my buddy, and they have a mobile cigar truck. They can come to you. They can do events. They can do whatever. Like that's
Oh my
pretty
God.
dope.
That's phenomenal.
And so last week I said I wanted to ask him before I throw out his name, and he said fire out Rolling Stogies. He I don't know, like he's the one was basically infusing, putting the cigars in a case with the booze. I'll tell you, like I tried to save one for this week. It didn't make it. Like so I got a couple from him, and I smoked them because they're good.
Accountability. That's accountability right there, right on set, right there.
But these are so he's my cigar dealer. Like I get my cigars from him, but again, they have a whole mobile station. It's phenomenal.
That's a great idea because I've never heard of it, and I don't even know of anybody that would even compete on that. That's awesome. I love that.
But if you're having an event and like car guys, shit like that, I love cars. I love motorcycles. If you're having an event, and a lot of these people will smoke cigars, like it's not a horrible idea to be like, hey man.
If you're having an event with a big fire and a bunch of badass dudes, cigars are gonna sell.
Yeah.
Great, phenomenal idea. What was the one that you were talking about last week? Was it Apple or something like that?
The actual cigar?
Yeah.
So last week it was apple pie moonshine.
Yes.
I want to say. So he put it in a container with a shot of apple pie moonshine. It sat for a period of time, and it takes in the flavor. So the one I was trying to save for this week was in Captain Morgan's. It's actually the second one I've gotten from him. That's probably still my favorite. I had another one that was peanut butter whiskey. That one was fabulous.
That's up my alley. I gotta get in there for one of them.
You know, and obviously those are a bit custom, but at the end of the day, I mean, if you're like, hey, I need that, who knows?
Yep.
Like the flavored cigars are tough. You got to go out of state for them, so it gets wild.
Yeah.
So I try and stay within the guidelines per se, but at the same time, like I like my flavored cigars. So if we got to go places and do things, we go places and do things.
That's badass right there. That is bad. I 100% I'm gonna clip that part out of this and play it. Sometimes. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Love it, my man.
Same.
So what's good, man? Another great episode. How you feeling? I know you had some doing good.
Yeah.
Good shit, man. I know.
There's
You know,
always
like
going
I
to be
said,
bumps in the road. There's always going to be some shit going on in the background, but at the end of the day, you got to, you know, the accountability thing for this week is actually it's a very real subject. Like, be mindful of like what you're doing, what you've done, and you know, like be accountable.
be
You know,
accountable.
whatever. It could be work.
Don't put your bullshit on someone else. You know what I
No.
mean? Be accountable. Don't, you know, because if you don't take accountability for it, it trickles downhill and it's bullshit because you could have just stopped the whole thing and no one would even no one would care. You know what I mean?
It doesn't go away. Like it never goes away. At the end of the day, like there's no like I'll put that over here, and then we'll worry about that. Like no, it's still there, and
I love it. It's like a sink full of dishes. They're not gonna go away. No one's gonna do them. If you don't do them, if you don't take accountability for your own actions, that sink is gonna stay full. No
you know
one
you
wants
can
that.
be. You know you can be. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick is the bottom line. I love it. All comes down to that. Dude, it's really, it's amazing. We do this every week, and it all comes down to just don't be a dick.
Yeah, it's real. I mean,
being a dick. Yep.
It works for so many scenarios, and if you can keep it there, I mean, we've had this, and when it comes down to the root basis of it all, like again, it's like so many things. There's no pow. This is 100% of 100% of the time. Like, it's just one of those. Sometimes like it's okay to be a dick when you have to be.
And also now accountability. There's times that maybe you've made a mistake and you've been a dick, but you can just say, "My bad, I was a dick," and then right, it's game, it's over. Now people make mistakes. That's it.
It's not the same. It's not the same as like I don't mean to be an asshole, but.
I don't mean to be.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same. Oh man, I love it. We may never get to the bottom of this, but we can drive home the point. Just don't be a dick. That's it. Yeah. Yep, nailed it. Phenomenal. Love it, my man. So listen, we got to wrap this up. Unfortunately, I'm on the bootleg Zoom again. You know, times are tough, but we're getting through it. So, who are we shouting out again this week? Solar Wolf?
Solar Wolf Energy will always be a shout out. I mean, if you're looking for solar, it's kind of what I do. So, I mean, like, hit me up. Yep. Send a message.
Yeah. Roland, your buddy cigar site, does he have an actual website or what did you say it was?
He's got I want to say 2 Facebook pages, and Roland Stogie's, definitely check them out.
All right, we'll throw them in the description after.
I fire out Hangover Pub on the regular because I just Mike's my dude, and he's doing the strongman thing, he's doing the dad thing, he's actually also rapping and shit, like, so he's that dude's busy, so I like firing out for him because as one should.
Crushing the entire game, like,
yeah,
he actually created his own game and crushes the whole thing. It's phenomenal.
Yeah,
I love it.
He's 1 player in a 3-player game, so
yeah.
I love it.
And winning consistently. There's nothing wrong with that. Love it. I'll shout out my guys: Platt's Landscaping, Remodel Works, Emily's Interiors, and Sharon's Boxing. I guess we'll keep it there. So
I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna say the same. Did you do all your shout outs?
Yeah, I'm good. I think I'm
gonna say the same thing I said last week, and I'll probably try and make this a real thing. Like, shop local. Like we are in wild times. spend money, find people that do the things you need, like shop local. I'm a Amazon. I Amazon so much shit, it's not even funny. But at the end of the day, like other stuff, if you can get it from a friend or things like that, like try and do that.
No doubt.
Uh,
Build your team. Don't.
I'm gonna go back a step, and Alan James is my buddy's brother. Like he does the leather works on Kelly Square, in the place down there. So there's so many people that you know that probably do things. If you're looking for something in your home or you're looking for something fun or whatever, like fire it out there. I don't care if it's a haircut. Stop going to the person you don't know. Hit up somebody you do know. Like
Yep, absolutely, man.
But you could put food on a plate of a friend that you didn't know you could do that. And that's huge.
Yep, 100%. I'm 100% down with that. Believe that, man. So Worm, thank you again for coming through, my man. Perfect setup. We're leaving you at like dusk. Like I'm gonna screenshot this shot right there.
I'm gonna fade out to white, not to black. I'm gonna fade out to white.
out in the wild, I'll tell you, it's crazy. But thank you for coming through again, my man.
So you don't be a dick. You don't be a dick. You don't be a dick. Have a great night.
That's the bottom line, everybody.
And we out.